Highlanders and the Hornets, 8:53 remaining in the first period.
Yeah, and Todd, you saw right there on that last offensive shift for the Highlanders, Matty DeAngelis doing what he does, getting himself into the middle of the ice. Somerville does a good job to work it back up to the point, trying to get some shots through, and Candolino with his head up, trying to identify that target, which is DeAngelis' stick. Just a couple of near misses.
As the Hornets control the faceoff, they've got it in the Highlanders zone. Shot from the point, blocked by DeAngelis. As DeAngelis spinning around, able to maintain control, scoops it over towards the far corner as Casesso chases it over there, but the Hornets get there first. As Forrestal has it, he will send it out. Long, full ice pass will go for the icing as he was looking to get James Nelson breaking down here on the near side.
And Todd, one thing that this Highlander team needs to be alert of is the speed that the Hornets possess. They have been fast to a lot of pucks here so far through this first period, moving it well out of their own zone, and they've been able to get some pucks in behind this Highlander defense. So for all five of those guys back there tonight, it's going to have to be head on a swivel and just a real 24/7 awareness of where that puck is at all times. Can't lose track of it.
The Hornets win the draw yet again. They'll come out of their zone. Pass goes forward as they get it to Nelson. Nelson cycles it deeper, played there by Jackson, and then carried out by the Highlanders as they look to get it to Tim Jones, but knocked away by the Hornets. Battling right there is Galino. He goes to the ice surface. Right in front of our position, trying to control here against the boards. Tim Jones comes away with it. Jones shovels that one across ice as it pops up. Seamus Foley will control things here for the Highlanders.
That long stretch pass from out of the defense caught up in Foley's skates, which ended up being a good thing because it was for over on the near wing. Hornets were able to still come in and get a shot away. Jackson did a good job making the first save, but I like how Tim Jones, number 10, came back into his own zone defensively as the center to help clean up that rebound.
Hard check into the ball. He dumped it in. Hard hit. As we are almost as we 7:22 remain. North Reading, no joke physically. As he brings it out from behind the net, fires it, blocked by Foley. Gets into the skates of DiCarlo, over to the far side. Now the opportunity for Hodgson, blocked there, DeAngelis, and DeAngelis had speed down ice. Highlanders have the numbers. DeAngelis looks to cross it, blocked nicely there. As he went to the ice service was Dylan O'Driscoll, as he was able to block that pass by DeAngelis.
Well, a couple of great blocks from both teams, several from the Highlanders in front of Jackson, as the Hornets just do a great job moving that puck around the zone from high to low and back up to the point. You see Foley and DeAngelis getting in the way, and it leads to transition for Matty DeAngelis, where he is so dangerous for this Highlander team. And you mentioned it, Todd. Great play by O'Driscoll to prevent that cross-crease pass. We had a penalty on the play against North Reading.
Yeah, North Reading charged with the penalty. So the Highlanders will get the 2-minute man advantage. Great opportunity here for the Highlanders as they have the power play on.
And Todd, we saw last time here at home the power play and really special teams as a whole proved to be such a difference maker against Everett. Saw the power play produce and the penalty kill as well with 2 shorthanded goals. So a chance here for the Highlanders to try and establish something here at home and really set the tone against these Hornets.
Tim Jones unable to maintain possession as he goes into the zone. North Reading clears it out. Shane Doe will collect it behind the net. John Hardy on the forecheck. As Foley trying to power his way through that forecheck. Good job there by Pierce as he was able to force Foley to turn it away. Now Doe behind the net.
Both Pierce and Hardy in the neutral zone there. That 2-man wall. Real effective job at preventing this Highlander power play from getting the breakout going.
As Foley tried to dump that one in. Blocked very well once again. Good coordination. coordination there with his stick as North Reading knocked it out. Face off just outside the North Reading zone. 5:50 remaining in the first period. Scoreless. 58 seconds remaining in the Highlander man advantage. They've not been able to set up camp over there yet.
And those are whistles as a penalty killing unit you'll happily take because it means your sticks are well positioned. You're guarding things well out in neutral ice. And then you're putting great faith in your centerman to come out, win the draw as he did. And it's an easy clear down the ice for Forrestal, who's been everywhere so far defensively for the Hornets.
See if Matt DeAngelis can speed it up ice through neutral zone, and he does, as he's able to get it into the attacking zone. Highlanders looking to set up there with the man advantage as they try to get it back to DiCarlo behind the net. As DeAngelis has it, he goes in, fires that one off of the pad of Delisle. Now speed down the other direction. Galino on the shoulder of Candelino as Candelino does come away with it. Gets it up to DeAngelis here at center ice. He'll drop that one off as Casesso is in. Fired by Chris Casesso off the left back pad there of Delisle.
Fitting that the two chances on this power play for Somerville come from DeAngelis and Casesso. Real strong save from Delisle on that DeAngelis try. He took it right to the net.
And now up ice, Mercantante has an opportunity. He's in against Jackson, and Jackson stones him. Damian Jackson, the sophomore, with the save.
And a huge save at that, as it looked to the eye as though Mercantante was offside, but credit to him for sticking with the play. He never heard a whistle. And you're always taught to continue playing on. He made a great move to get past his check and stick to that puck, trying to put it short side. Jackson holding the post, keeping that right arm up above the pad, knocked it down with a blocker and then covered up. Tremendous save.
Hopefully some confidence there for the young sophomore, making his third ever start. He is 2-0, has allowed only 2 goals in those 2 starts. But this is moving up in terms of the level of difficulty.
He's going to face some real strong shooters tonight, and he's already seen one there in that last try from Mercantante.
Jones fires that one towards the net, kicked aside by Delisle. Turning on that one, unable to clear it, as Braden Hart got in the way, but now the Hornets are out. As Lava with speed avoids the check of Doe. Fires that one towards the slot, blocked aside. Nice job by Jackson, active with the stick.
Great stick there because Somerville was caught trapped. Shane Doe was flat-footed in the neutral zone, and you had Candelino playing the middle of the ice, which is what he's supposed to do. But as a goaltender, that passing lane is your responsibility, and it's a real alert play from the sophomore Jackson.
As the Hornets cause the turnover in neutral ice, Highlanders can only fire it, dump it in, and make the change. As Doe will collect it as the Hornets make the change. Doe sends that one up, but Hornets already out after the change. Gulino keeps it onside as he tries to poke that one far side, try to get it into the slot area. That puck fired aside, blocked partially by DeAngelis. That dangerous puck there, opportunity almost for Gazda. As he came sweeping through, wasn't able to collect it with his hand.
Got lucky that time, that backhand clear had enough spin on it to get right through him, but that's a dangerous game to play right now if you're Somerville.
Scalino through, gets it off to Forrestal, and Forrestal's shot with the forehand goes wide. Forrestal dealing out the hits as well on the far boards.
There's that speed there, Todd, that we mentioned as the Hornets once again relentless on pucks, but Forrestal's a defenseman, Todd, and he shot out of a cannon there to jump onto a puck and didn't miss by much to the far side. Jackson had the angle played fairly well.
Galino, a beautiful pass, was able to get it onto the stick of Gazda, but Gazda unable to get the shot off. Jackson well positioned on that one. Now Gazda behind the net. Gets it off to Forrestal. Forrestal's shot partially blocked, goes across the goal mouth. Hornets save it in at the blue line. Behind the net, Highlanders get control. Shane Doe sends it around. I should say DeAngelo sends it around. Controlled for a moment by Galino. He sent it to the slot. Now Gazda takes a shot, gets blocked right back to him. Tried the pass that time, and it was knocked away. Good block there. as DiCarlo got the stick onto the puck to block it.
And Somerville just continues to eat pucks in this first period. They've been under duress here, and they could use a whistle, which they'll finally get, I believe, on an, oh no, the icing washed out, Todd. Somerville's going to have to buckle down in the final 140, though, because they've spent way too much time here as of late in their own defensive zone. Finally, they'll get a reprieve.
A whistle, the icing will go against the Hornets. Highlanders will get the face-off down in the Hornets zone. Minute 36 remaining in this first period. You know, we've talked early this season. We saw it last year as well, Tyler. The Highlanders, excellent first line, good, very good second line, but after that, the depth gets very, very dicey for the Highlanders. We're looking at a roster that has 5 to 6 more players on it all day than the Highlanders do.
Well, and you look at the disparity of the bench, you see a lot of green jerseys standing up down there. It's a testament to the roster put together by Brian McAuliffe and his coaching staff. They're deep and they're experienced, and that's something that this young Somerville team just doesn't have right now, Todd, as they try and build that up. Lost a lot of veterans over the last few years, and they're very fortunate, of course, to still have DeAngelis and Casesso, who've contributed for 61% of the team's total goals so far through 2 games. That's going to have to change, though, as the season goes along. You're going to have to find other contributors.
As that puck won back to Foley, he scoops it towards the net. Braden Hart, I should say, fires off the shot that Delisle was able to knock aside. Jackson loses control of the puck and was squirming around trying to get it. Fortunately, was able to get the glove on it, as it looked for a moment there like Gazda might get a shot at it, but he wasn't able to get it by him.
A credit to Jackson for recovering, but those are moments there as a young goaltender where you got to eliminate those. You cannot have rebounds like that, especially on those long shoot-ins. Those are pucks, Todd, that you've got to really track in, and that time it goes off of his paddle, and it gets away from him from that right side, and he was a bit indecisive too. Didn't know whether he should cover it or slap it into the corner. Led to a real dangerous chance, but you got to love the battle, Todd. He's not out of it. He stays with it and somehow finds a way to cover up.
The Highlanders, 1 minute remaining here in the first period, tied up with the Hornets at zeros. Neither team able to break through. Hornets have challenged, and you know the thing about those rebounds, Tyler, is the Hornets, we've seen their quickness. You get a rebound, you leave a rebound out on that ice surface, they're going to knife right in there and get to it.
They've proven so far through this first period that they've been able to get not only pucks behind your defense, but bodies as well, and that's a real dangerous combination. We've seen the Highlanders get pinned in their own zone because pucks have gotten deep and then not gotten back out, and we've seen the speed game benefit North Reading so far. And for Somerville, you've got to find ways to not only get pucks out of your zone, but work pucks in over the red line and try and spend some time putting pressure using that forecheck onto this Hornets defense.
Under a minute remaining here in the first period. Hornets control the puck as they look for one more rush here. Seamus Foley will block that with his skates, try to control, but he's unable to, as the Hornets able to dump it in. Casesso will fire it around, and they're unable to keep it in. There's Matt DeAngelis as he steals it away. The opportunity for DeAngelis, fires that one, and Delisle is able to swallow that one up really far out from his crease, able to take down that angle for DeAngelis.
Knew that Matty DeAngelis was going to be shooting that puck all the way down the far wing. Twice he's come down that side and tried to go to the stick side earlier, didn't have much room. That time shot it more into the center of Delisle, who's a pretty big kid, and he gets himself right out to the top of his crease. Good position and good rebound control, as that puck just stuck right to him.
And North Reading with control, as Galeno tried to pull that one towards the slot, was unable to control it. Galeno, though, addressed that one with the high stick right in front of a broadcast position with 14.3 seconds remaining. The draw will come down to the North Reading defensive end, I should say.
And on that last chance, Todd, you could say that DeAngelis had a chance to pass, but when you've got 9 goals through 2 games, I don't mind you taking the shot and playing a little selfish in that scenario, especially since you haven't really had many chances on goal in this first period. If you got your best goal scorer bearing down on the wing, take that shot all day long.
Casesso gets it to DeAngelis in front of the net. The backhand goes wide. So he had the opportunity. Casesso once again gets it to DeAngelis in front of the net. Tim Jones is in there mucking about as well, and the puck is cleared away. as Foley will fire it towards the net, and that will do it for the end of the period. Highlanders get a flurry of activity right in front of the net, and their best opportunities of the night right there at the end of the period, Tyler.
All from Matt DeAngelis, too, as they do such a great job to retrieve that puck off the faceoff. They find DeAngelis, who, despite being on his backhand, Todd, finding ways to create offense late in that period. Maxwell Forrestal, real noticeable for the Hornets on defense. He laid the body a few times on Casesso, and he was the man who blocked that shot from DeAngelis wide in the dying seconds.
And that will do it for the first period of action here from the vet. We will be back for second period action here on Somerville Ed TV. We are back at the vet here in Somerville Veterans Memorial Rink as the Highlanders facing off against the Hornets of North Reading here on Somerville Ed TV. I'm Todd Harmon alongside Tyler Aragao. And Tyler, that first period, North Reading very dominant in terms of their possession of the puck, but the Highlanders had some opportunities, especially late in that period, right in front of the net.
It was a real bend but don't break period for the Highlanders, and there were shifts in that first where they were bending a bit, but the overall team defense, Todd, is what really kept the Highlanders in this game, and overall what kept it scoreless through the first 15 minutes. But as the first went along, they were able to generate some chances, and it came from their leaders, to no surprise, Matthew DeAngelis and Chris Casesso. You know what those two are going to bring every night, Todd. Tonight, I think, will be defined by who can step up outside of that duo. Yes, it would be great to see one of them score to give you the lead, but the depth right now favors North Reading. And so if Somerville can find a way to at least balance the scales back out in that department, I think they're going to come out on top here tonight, but we'll see what the second period has in store.
No doubt about that, as the Highlanders ready to start here with Matt DeAngelis. Do it all DeAngelis in the face-off circle as the Hornets win that one. Highlanders, though, get the puck right across into their defensive zone, and here comes DeAngelis on the attack. So he looks to get it to Casesso, blocked, though, by the skate of Galeno. Now Galeno, he'll control it going into the Highlander zone. He gets down into the corner. Foley there with it. Will send it back out towards the point. That is where Forrestal has it. He sends it cross ice. Shot goes blocked down. Highlanders once again blocking shots before they get to the young goaltender, Damian Jackson.
That was Shane Doe that time, Todd, on the block right out in front.
As Casesso controls this one in neutral ice, dumps that one in. DeAngelis behind the net with Forrestal. Forrestal able to come away with it. Good stick handling there by the defenseman. As Doe was able to poke that one away from the Hornet attack. And now back behind the net, Nelson. He'll bring it out for the Hornets. Shoots it out towards the point. Gazda cycles it deeper. Now Gazda will get it as he is in. Four-handed shot goes wide to the far side as Gazda will cycle it deeper.
That was a good stick from Casesso. He had Gazda well wrapped up there, and that did just enough to force it wide, stick side. But Todd, you're seeing it's the Hornets. Early on in this second period, they're setting the tempo, picking up really where they left off in that first period, making it really hard on the Highlanders in their own zone. And if it's not for the defensive structure right now in front of Jackson, a lot more of these chances are going to start ending up on goal as you wear down over the course of this game.
The Highlanders second line in. Now Tim Jones taking the face-off against Gazda. And North Reading rings it back to the point. The shot from the point kicked aside by Damian Jackson. Nice save there by the sophomore. Another shot gets through on him. He kicks it aside with the right pad again.
Back-to-back strong right pad saves. Hornets taking every shot they can on Jackson, and so far he's equal to the task.
As the Highlanders able to get the turnover as they come out with DiCarlo. DiCarlo fires that one towards the net. Delisle able to hold on to it. No rebound coming out. That's what the Highlanders were looking for as DiCarlo chased his shot in. Getting a little face rake there, it looks like.
And I like that from DiCarlo.
Yeah.
Young player trying to get himself inserted here early on in the season, trying to get his team inserted back into this game, because it's been the Hornets for the most part, Todd, who have really been pushing the issue tonight. They've set more of a physical edge in this game, and so for DiCarlo, not a real hard shot from distance, but I don't mind that, stopping up short in front of the goal. Let them know you're there.
Yeah, absolutely. The Highlanders have been taking the physical brunt thus far. They need to get under the skin of the Hornets a bit. As that puck won by the Highlanders and the turnover comes out, Hart will send that one towards the net. It's stuck aside by Delisle. So Highlanders trying to keep this one in. Antonelli working there. He'll cycle it deeper. Hodgson behind the net. He'll give that one up. Highlanders looking to keep that one in the zone. They are able to, but the Hornets able to come away with it as they control the puck, but the Highlanders did not have to clear the zone. Now DeAngelis is going to be able to get the control here, surrounded by 3 Hornets. Somebody's got to be open if he can get it out, but the Hornets come away with the puck. It's a cross-ice pass there to O'Driscoll. He'll get it up ice and into the Highlander zone. Icing is cleared away. Shane Doe working behind the net, battling there with Hardy. Hardy tried to get it here near side, out from behind the net. Highlanders were able to get it away. Casesso with speed down ice. Tries the shot, came off of the left pad of Delisle.
Great speed there from Casesso, who thought perhaps he was dealing with Hodgson's stick. Able to just get around it. Couldn't quite catch up to that puck though, Todd, before it got to the goal line. But still, it goes to show you what it takes to try and slow down these two. Number 4 and number 7, just a tremendous set of wheels on both of those players. It really is what makes them so dangerous on the attack.
DeAngelis versus Gazda in the face-off circle. Gazda getting escape placement correct where the ref wants it. DeAngelis swings it straight through, the backhand shoveled towards the net behind the net. Shot around the net by Foley as it comes here to the near point. Spun around nicely by DeAngelis. He controls here on the boards, gets it over to Foley. Foley called for that puck. He sends it down to Hart. Hart cycles it deeper to DeAngelis as DeAngelis has it. First control in the North Reading action. North Reading in for the Highlanders here in the second period. As getting it deeper is Candelino. Candelino behind the net. There's Casesso getting a hit in as well. North Reading controls out of the zone, but Foley gets it in neutral ice. He'll dump that one in. He gets it on Delisle, who has to kick it aside. Now Hart in for the Highlanders on the forecheck, slowing things down for this fast North Reading team. Nice job by Braden Hart there. Been impressed with his play so far this year. It's Gazda into the Highlander zone. Saves it from leaving the Highlander zone. Gets it here across ice. Shot attempt by Carlson, blocked by DiCarlo. As DiCarlo is in on the forecheck. Foley keeps it out of the Highlander zone for a moment. North Reading forced to dump it in. They go for the change as Candelino controls the puck for the Highlanders. Highlanders got a change as well as Antonelli got a elbow directly to his chest. That's going to be a penalty. The Highlanders will get their second power play as Christian Lava will go to the box for that elbow. 10:32 remaining in the second period. Scoreless here, but the Highlanders special teams the opportunity once again.
Second power play coming up, and I don't mind seeing Forstall play the body there along the boards, but it's the follow-through, that elbow coming up high to finish off on Candelino, so that's why he'll sit. And now this is an opportunity because Forstall, he's been an everywhere presence on defense for these Hornets. Now he's going to have to sit for 2 minutes, and it's an opportunity for this Highlander offense, which has been warming up now as of late, to try and take advantage.
As Antonelli down into the corner to Tim Jones. Jones skates it out to the point. Sends it back to Antonelli. Antonelli along the boards, keeps control, gives it out to Shane Doe at the point. Doe gets deflected down into the corner. Around to Foley. Foley able to control it. Fires that one towards the net. The rebound is there, but Tim Jones went down looking to get it, wasn't able to.
That was a great
Jones
tip.
Gets it in front of the net. As he shovels it there, Antonelli tries to put it in, and Delisle able to control in his crease.
Well, Tim Jones doing what he does best. His bread and butter is right around the goal. They don't make any money playing high school sports, Todd, but that's where the money would be made if you were Tim Jones, parked right in front of the net. Highlanders do a great job to keep a puck in along the wall, courtesy of Antonelli, and it's Seamus Foley who gets it through. Real good look on the power play, and that was the second unit to start, Todd, so now you can send your first unit out, having worn down these penalty killers for 34 seconds.
DeAngelis wins the draw to Hart, but North Reading, I should say, able to send it down ice. Doe will control for the Highlanders. Gazda on the forecheck for the Hornets. Doe speeds past him and speeds into the zone. Doe, speed down all the way behind the net. He cycles all the way around to the far side of the ice. Gives it off. DeAngelis with it far side, or actually Casesso with it far side. DeAngelis with the shot there. And it gets knocked aside. Great job by Delisle. And no rebound was available as it flew high into the air.
A tremendous recovery. Delisle looked like he wasn't going to get back to the left side. He caught an edge, but it was the far pad as he dragged it past him, able to make a tremendous save on the penalty kill.
As Casesso gives it over to Foley. Foley fires that one towards the net. 35 seconds remaining in the man advantage. 9:06 remains in the second period. Still scoreless at 0 as the Highlander power play starting to get things rolling.
Delisle in scramble mode, trying to recover back to the left side of his goal, and took him a couple of tries to get over. But fortunately for him, he kept that right pad coming back behind him to make an excellent save on Casesso.
As Casesso gets his shot blocked, sent over here near side, opportunity right there for Candelino, but Delisle, once again, like a vacuum, just does not let go of that puck. As any sort of rebound opportunity not available for the Highlanders.
Yeah, he's a big body in between the pipes, and Candelino that time trying to creep in. Got in close and looked like he had some room stick side, trying to squeeze it underneath the arm. But you mentioned it, Todd. He is a vacuum the way he just pulls pucks into him. Nothing comes back out.
Candelino at the point. He'll skate it down. Looking for somebody open. And he loses control of the puck. Lava with it. As Lava loses control to Shane Doe, who pokes it back for the Highlanders. Now Hart is in. Hart gives it out wide to Casesso. Casesso back to Doe. Doe will shoot from there, and he does, as it gets blocked into the air. Candelino cycles it behind the net. Power play is over for the Highlanders as Hart gloves that puck down. Casesso, beautiful pass there to DeAngelis, and DeAngelis, short side, puts it home for the Highlanders!
What a beautiful goal for the Highlanders. And it's all because Braden Hart is able to keep the puck in. He keeps the play alive. The clear doesn't get out. And what a pass from Chris Casesso, who's now got 11 assists already on the season. He slips it through, and this duo, again, another goal for the Highlanders now. 12 of the 19 they've scored this season. And for DeAngelis, what a release. Short side high. We've talked about how Delisle and his stature covers so much of the net. Doesn't matter how tall you are there, Todd. That shot going to beat any goaltender on any night.
You know, we were looking over the roster earlier, pregame, Tyler, and you pointed at Braden Hart's name, and you said he had some good shots. He had a really good game against Everett, that game that we had. Didn't really produce anything on the score sheet, but lots of control of the puck, lots of great passes, and some good-looking shots. We saw it right there with that hand, that ability to keep the puck in the zone, and that set everything up for Casesso and DeAngelis.
And it's just the little things that add up in such a big way, the intangibles and the details that you can bring, especially if you're not putting up points. And to get that from a young player, such a good sign to see early on, 3 games into the season.
Forrestall's shot from the point goes wide. North Reading now trailing by a goal after the goal by DeAngelis. North Reading able to keep it in. That one blocked out. Nice job by DiCarlo as he was able to get the stick to it and knock it out of the zone. North Reading now scrambling in as Gazda's in with the puck. His pass goes awry as Tim Jones knocks it away. Nelson from the corner tried to center it to Gazda. Wasn't able to complete the shot, but there's Forrestall as he backhands it towards the net. Back out to Forrestall. He'll shoot that one as it goes wide to the far side. North Reading now asserting their offense as that comes in to the pinching Carlson, but he wasn't able to control.
Need a clear here if you're Somerville.
As that puck right in front of the net into the slot. Gazda sends it behind the net. Now Carlson will get it at the point. Carlson sends it back down to Gazda. Gazda's cross ice pass goes through the slot, nobody able to pick it up. There's Forrestal. Forrestal coming in, tries to scoop around the backhand from behind the net. That one knocked aside. Braden Jackson makes the save as that one got through on him, and then the Highlander defense clears it away. Got to get a clearance out of the zone here, and the Highlanders are able to, as Antonelli's able to clear that one out. Highlanders get a much-needed change after that offensive outburst by the Hornets, but no goal for the Hornets. In now is Corbin. Day with the shot. That one knocked up. Great job by Jackson as he's able to stop it. Now the odd man rush for the Highlanders. Hart, he'll take the shot and did not get it past Delisle as it rolled up his pad and stopped on his shoulder. Highlanders able to keep it in. Cassessa down behind the net battling as the Hornets come out with it. Hornets look to set their attack. It's great hockey action here in the second period. 6 minutes remaining in this second period. Highlanders lead 1-0. As that puck lands on Hardy, he's unable to control and keep it in the zone. And then dumps it in where the Highlanders control. They will quickly get it out to Chris Cassessa. Cassessa here near side. He'll fire that one in. And it gets into the pads and held on to by Steve Delisle.
I think Coach Capazzo might have something brewing here with Braden Hart playing up with Matthew DeAngelis and Chris Cassesso. Cassesso trying to get his second assist here tonight. He's been dishing the puck out like crazy to start the season. Tape-to-tape pass, Hart the catch and release, and it's Delisle, a great lateral move, getting just enough of it off the blocker.
Tim Jones wins that one for the Highlanders, but it gets out of the zone and the Hornets control. 5:30 remaining in the period. Highlanders lead 1-0 after the goal from DeAngelis. Breaking in is Lava. Lava, the forehand shot gets blocked. Nice job there by Shane Doe. And Doe sends it up to Jones. Jones will send it into the Hornets zone. DiCarlo chasing it there. So Hornets trying to get it out, and they are, as Forrestal avoids the hit from Tim Jones, but makes a poor pass due to it. And the Highlanders able to control for a moment, and the offsides is going to be the call. As 5:02 remains, the face-off will come out of the Highlanders zone. Don't forget, hockey not the only thing we have here on Somerville Ed TV. We've got girls basketball coming up for you. Big matchup against Malden, team they lost to by 2 points at Broomfield House last year. We will have that for you here on Somerville Ed TV. Boys basketball as well here in the winter season. Mash those buttons, get those numbers up. We got 2,600 followers. We want more. Let's get up to 3,000 here on Somerville Ed TV. 4:51 remaining in the period. Highlanders control in their offensive zone as Foley sent that one in deeper. Doe will save it at the blue line, then deflected out by Hardy. Goes all the way down to the corner. Good speed shown there by Pierce. So he got past Tim Jones.
Highlanders dodged one there. That could have been a tripping penalty in the corner. Pierce went down, no call.
As Forrestal, he'll come around the net looking for a pass to make. Instead, he fires that one. Jackson, nice job by Jackson getting the stick down. Able to stick that one aside.
Forrestal just remains omnipresent.
Forrestal once again tries the shot to the short side. He misses it far side. And then nice job by Jackson as he's got the quick glove. Covers up. 4:03 remains in the period. Highlanders leading by 1.
And with how active this defense can be, in particular Maxwell Forrestal, he has not been afraid to take a spin with the puck on his stick. Got open for a good shot. Jackson able to stick it away towards the glass, but the Highlanders have continued to play a dangerous game, Todd, in their own zone defensively. They've got to do a better job at getting the pucks like that.
As DiCarlo able to get that after the draw was run by Jones. DiCarlo gets ridden off the puck, and we're going to have the arm raised there. We're going to have a hooking call against the Hornets. So the Highlander power play will be out for their third time tonight. Ben DiCarlo, an excellent job right there after Tim Jones won that draw to him, able to get across the diagonally across the ice surface there, fighting off the forecheck and cause that penalty.
And just as we mentioned how Somerville's had such a hard time getting to pucks and getting pucks out of their own zone. Ben DiCarlo does just that. He fights for it and wins it out high and then turns that defense into offense, makes a great move on the one-on-one rush, and despite not getting a real shot on goal, he does enough to draw the hooking penalty, and it's now the third power play for the Highlanders here tonight. You'd love to capitalize here with under 4 minutes to go.
DeAngelis wins that draw.
Look out.
The Hornets able to control. A little danger. Here's Gazda in. Fires that one, and the young goalie, Damian Jackson, just handles it very easily.
Stood his ground there. You got to always have the thought of a pass in mind, especially when you know your opposition has numbers, but Gazda had to hurry that off quickly, and so for Jackson, he's able to get his feet set just in the right position inside of his crease, and then the key there, Todd, no rebound.
Gazda fighting in the corner for the Hornets. DeAngelis will come out with the puck. As DeAngelis through neutral ice. Highlanders have the man advantage. Minute 35 remaining in the penalty. As DeAngelis spins down towards the net, he'll go around behind the net. Being ridden into the corner there. They get it out to the point. Foley from the point fires that one, and just like he was out, like it was nothing. Steve Delisle just reaches the glove up and takes that puck out of the air.
Playing catch on a Sunday afternoon with the way he picked that shot off. You'd like to see Foley get it a little lower if he could, because Ben DiCarlo's not really going to have a chance to tip a shot that's eye level with the goaltender. So you always like the shot first mentality from guys like Seamus Foley and Shane Doe, but it's where you place the shot, Todd, that really matters most.
That draw won by the Hornets, cycled around by Forstall. As turnover there by Foley, he wasn't able to control. Pierce carries it in for the Hornets, but gets it stolen by Casessa. Casessa's in with DeAngelis, gives it back to DeAngelis. DeAngelis tries to pull the string back to himself, but it gets taken away by the Hornets. Jackson will have to deal with this one. 55 seconds remaining in the Hornets penalty, 2:40 remaining in the period. Highlanders by a goal. Braden Hart picks it up behind the Highlander net. Plays it forward. DeAngelis with it. Gets around the defender into the zone. Drops it off for Casesso. Casesso tries to spin, but gets it taken away by Hardy.
Passed off in
the zone.
Sorry, Todd. Passed off into a double team there, and usually they're able to work such great magic when they're in across the line like that, but I don't think DeAngelis realized the coverage and how tight it was onto Casesso.
That puck will get all the way through out of the zone. Jackson had to deal with it. Foley just able to get that puck away before John Hardy was able to break in with it. A little lackadaisical here for the Highlanders. Wide open right in front of us is DiCarlo. He was able to be found by Foley, but knocked away by the Hornets. Now Antonelli spins, tries to send it into the zone. Doe will pick it up. Now Tommy Gazda. There's Galino controlling it for the Hornets into the zone. The penalty is over. Forstall with it. Forstall gets it blocked, taken away there. Nice job by DiCarlo once again. As the Hornets are in, DiCarlo pokes that one away. He's got Tim Jones out in front, but couldn't quite get it to him. Doe will take this puck and send it back to Foley. And Foley looking to bank it off the boards, but Nelson able to take it for the Hornets.
Take a page out of Ben DiCarlo's book, especially with this third period looming as we enter the final minute. It's that kind of effort, Todd, that's going to help Somerville close out this game.
Is Jackson able to stick that puck aside as it was coming out in front of his net just before Nelson got there? That puck saved by Forstall before it got out of the zone. 47 seconds remaining in the period. Highlanders lead by a goal. DeAngelis found the back of the net earlier this period. And out ahead right here is Kyle Antonelli, as Antonelli has to scoop it and send it into the zone. Now quickly the other direction, very dangerous. Gazda and gets DeAngelis angry as he knocks him to the ice surface and forces that shot to be a poor one. Turnover right in front of the net. As Jackson able to stop things. I don't know how Damian Jackson stopped that puck, and I don't know how that pass was so lazy that caused it to happen.
Well, the Highlanders were trying to spring a long breakout pass right up the middle, and whenever you go up the middle, Todd, you're asking for trouble. And I'm not sure who the puck hit. It was one of the Highlanders out in front. The pass ricocheted right back out in front of Jackson, who made not only one, but two big-time saves here with under 20 seconds to go in the period. He's able to come up with the puck, but it was after the whistle. Matt DeAngelis late with that cross-check, a penalty you just cannot take on a sequence that really never should have happened for the Highlanders.
19 seconds remaining in the period, 2 minutes in the Highlander penalty, as North Reading now will have their first opportunity with the man advantage. Forrestal with it, keeps control, sends it out to Hodgson. Hodgson, high shot, great job by Jackson as he climbed the ladder to go up and get that one. The young man really doing well in the goal right now.
A little bit of a hop there off the ice to headbutt that shot down. He had to take it square off the mask, but a real alert play to then locate that puck down around his feet and cover it.
6 seconds left in the period. Forrestal tries to get one off. Came squirting out here to the near side, but Hodgson couldn't get it on net. So there will be a minute 41 of power play for North Reading as we have action on the ice surface after everything stopped.
Todd, you cannot have that. You cannot have that from a senior in Seamus Foley. The period is over. Both teams going back to the dressing room. You have to button things down and get back to your locker room. And now for Somerville, you're not only down DeAngelis, you're going to be down Seamus Foley, who may have gotten a little bit more for his mouth as well.
Yeah, that's going to be really difficult coming out. So it's going to be a two-man advantage for North Reading to open things out in the third period, I should say. As we move towards that third period here on Somerville Ed TV, the Highlanders lead 1-0. A goal from Matt DeAngelis, assisted by Chris Casesso and Braden Hart. But that could be in danger as North Reading will have the two-man advantage to open up the third period. We'll have that third period for you here on Somerville Ed TV in just a moment. We are back at the Veterans Memorial Ice Rink in Somerville. Highlanders leading the Hornets of North Reading by the score of 1-0. A goal by Matt DeAngelis, a beautiful pass by Chris Casesso to set that up, and everything started with a great stoppage from leaving the zone by Braden Hart. Welcome back here for third period action on Somerville Ed TV. I'm Todd Harmon alongside Tyler Aragao. Tyler, Highlanders will start this period down 2 men because for some reason Seamus Foley decided to knock a Hornet over on the way off the ice surface after the second period. So they will be without Matt DeAngelis and without Seamus Foley for the first minute 41 of the second period.
And really, two of their most valuable players are going to be unavailable to start this period for the Highlanders. So we talked about how big of a test tonight would be. Now you've got to really dig in and bear down for this third period, because you've got no bigger test here than trying to kill off a 5-on-3 advantage with a Hornets team that has yet to go on the power play in this game. So their special teams has come through now on 3 separate occasions. They're a motivated bunch here tonight offensively, and you've been able to keep them pinned down to the map for 30 minutes. How long can you go on for these next 15? But right now, you've got to just focus on the next minute and 41.
No doubt about it, as the Highlanders will be down 5-on-3 hockey to open the third period here. Tim Jones in the face-off circle wins the matter for the Highlanders as we open things up here. The Hornets on the 5-on-3 advantage.
And just keep an eye, Todd, on Maxwell Forrestal, because he has been everywhere, an omnipresent force in both zones, and he's going to quarterback this power play here on the 5-on-3.
Gazda gets it right to Forrestal. Forrestal drops it far side. Shot attempted, blocked, aside.
Great block by Candelino. Stick acting like a ramp there to send it up towards the glass.
This time Forrestal carries it in himself. Once again, as you said, quarterbacking things. Gives it off to Gazda here to the near side. They'll go back to Forrestal with it. Forrestal back here to the near side to Gazda. Gazda far side.
Great
save.
Tried to
get the shot there by Lava. Saved by Jackson, but his stick is on the ice. as we have a stoppage here.
Net came off
Net
behind
came
Jackson.
off the moorings. That's why he was calling out to the ref. He was pointing that out to the referee.
It was a great stop, though, to get back to the left side of his goal. A little disoriented. He had to drop his stick to get across. Got turned around a bit, but just did enough to keep his body in on that shot.
Braden Jackson making his third start for the Highlanders. Young sophomore doing very well. Forrestall here gives it near side to Gazda. Gazda back to Forrestall, over to Gazda. Back to Forrestall, looking for an open shooting lane. Blocked once again, Tim Jones and Shane Doe. Both were in there. Jones sliding across. Shane Doe may have gotten the stick on him.
I think it was Jones all the way. A real Superman-like effort. Bodies hitting the ice. All three penalty killers for the Highlanders getting right in that shooting lane. I don't know the block shots tonight, Todd. We don't keep track of that, unfortunately, but I'd wager that the Highlanders have blocked their fair share of shots in front of Damian Jackson tonight.
Cesso into the face-off circle. He gets taken down on the ice. No call there. Backside, Galino well unable to get the stick to it. Now Forrestall with it. Pass through the slot. Shot attempt there by Gazda. Goes high side. Too far high as it goes. Great save there by Damian Jackson with the glove, and he holds on. Might have been going wide, don't know from our angle. Looked like it might have been, but a fantastic hold on there by Damian Jackson.
Settles everything down here with the Highlanders now down to just 13 seconds left on the DeAngelis penalty, so they'll get one man back out of the box soon. And the Highlanders getting some big saves here from their goaltender to try and melt down this 5-on-3 after that shot from Gazda. Didn't miss by much.
Casesso able to keep that puck for a moment, but now the Hornets have it again. Driscoll. O'Driscoll now at the quarterbacking position there. Number 16, he has the puck. Sends it out wide. Shot goes far to the far side. Wide to the far side. Another opportunity here for Hodgson. And they put that one in. As Hodgson dropped that pass off with 10 seconds remaining in the Seamus Foley penalty. As the Highlander penalty kill did yeoman's work for the predominance of that, but then the shot was able to sneak in behind Jackson as American Tante was able to sneak in and get it into the net.
Tough break for the Highlanders, just 10 seconds to go, but it goes to show you how costly undisciplined play can be. A penalty that never needed to happen, never should have happened, and it leads to a goal, a big goal, with Hodgins taking that shot. There was no chance.
O'Driscoll's in against Jackson. Jackson stones him.
Mark that save down.
Tim Jones able to pick up the rebound that was left set. Now the Highlanders looking to block that pass, but it gets all the way through. Tim Jones looking to clear this one out, and he will. As the Hornets look to set their attack here. Back to even strength after the Hornets goal. 1-1 is the score. As we are in the third period between two playoff teams from last year. As the whistle sounds, going to have a hand pass as the call. 12:24 remaining in the game, tied up 1-1 after the North Reading goal. An excellent point by you, Tyler. The lack of discipline there at the end of the second period led directly to the remainder of the man advantage after DeAngelis came out of the box.
Think about all that great work that you did killing that 5-on-3, the saves you got from Jackson. It's deflating to give that goal up late.
Nelson in, tries to pass it, but Forrestall couldn't get the stick to it. Forrestall gets it across on the boards. And whistle will sound as the net came off of its moorings. Large frustration there shown by the Hornets as they were trying to set their offense. 12:09 remains in the game, tied up 1-1. As the Highlanders showed their frustration with that extracurricular by Seamus Foley. We're seeing a little Hornet frustration as well.
Well, they want to delay a game call for the net, but it has to be deliberate.
Yeah.
And Casesso's trying to get himself back into the play defensively. He ends up in the net inadvertently. You can't call a penalty for delay of game when there's no deliberate act behind moving the net off.
Carlson will dump it in for the Hornets.
Read a rule book.
Doe gets it behind the net, sends it over. Casesso has it on the far boards, gets it taken away by Nelson. Now pass sent up ice by Foley. DeAngelis got a touch on it. He's behind the net along with Braden Hart. Comes out Casesso with the shot, and it's in as Chris Casesso gets the puck that bounced out in front of the net. Highlanders retake the lead almost immediately after giving it up. 2-1 is your Highlander lead as Chris Casesso able to get that one past Steve Delisle.
Oh, and everyone just fell asleep. I think the Hornets thought that was going to be an icing. They don't get the whistle they expected, and Delisle just loses this puck in behind the goal. Couldn't track it from right to left, and Casesso just pounces on it as nobody in green picks up one of the most dangerous players on the ice in Chris Casesso. He makes them pay with a huge goal to quickly restore the lead for Somerville.
Marco Lewis, young 8th grader on the ice, 7th grader I should say, on the ice for the Highlanders, number 2. As they go deep into their lineup, American Todd, his pass, far side. Christian Lava finds the glove side of Jackson as he puts it into the net, and we're tied once again after Lava put that one in.
Quick transition. We have seen how fast the puck's been broken out by the Hornets. They waste no time getting it up into neutral ice, and then it's just a quick wing-to-wing pass right onto the tape of Christian Lava. He's able to walk right into the circle, just about uncontested, Todd. It's too easy in through neutral ice and in across the line, and it's a clean shot that beats Jackson right over the blocker.
Braden Hart will pick that one up, take it down to the corner. DeAngelis and Hart down there looking to control, but the Hornets will come away with it. So Driscoll sends it up ice. He'll carry it into the zone, gets checked there by Candelino. Highlanders get control of the puck. It's Foley off the glass, sends it forward. DeAngelis right there to pick it up. He's got Hart. Braden Hart sends it back looking for DeAngelis, but beautiful job by O'Driscoll as he slid across the ice surface to block that pass.
I like the vision, but get greedy there if you're Braden Hart. You had a chance to shoot with DeAngelis putting it right onto your tape. Let it fly there from the near circle.
You miss every single shot you don't attempt. As Shane Doe fires that one in, Delisle has to stick it aside. Braden Hart from the boards, he fires that one, and it bounces around a bit, but Delisle able to control it.
And again, I like the approach. You've got the goaltender making that big lateral push from right to left. If you can send that puck back through to DeAngelis, it's an open net. But in that instance, you're on your strong side. That puck is on your forehand. It's a beautiful pass from DeAngelis. Love to see Hart just place it on goal.
As the Hornets control the face-off, up ice, it comes to John Hardy. Hardy's into the zone. Doe will take it away from him there. It's Forrestal now with it. He'll dump it in. All the way around the boards. Carlson playing it on the far side for the Hornets. Highlanders looking to come away with it as DeAngelis does. Doesn't keep control very long, but there's Kyle Antonelli to get the puck. So Antonelli tries to scoop it out of the zone and is just able to. Now Doe gets it. Sends it center ice where Candelino will carry it forward. Candelino dumps that one in. Check against the boards there by Antonelli. Antonelli mucking it about, trying to keep it in the zone. Shane Doe is able to. Hornets able to clear. Candelino dumps it back in. Score is tied 2-2, 9 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the game. As Forrestal will skate this all the way down. Nobody there to help him, nobody to pass to, so the Highlanders get the puck. As DeAngelis falling over Casesso, and the Hornets came away with it for a moment. Now Casesso. He's out there with Foley and DeAngelis as Casesso's in. He takes the shot just high as he had the open net but couldn't tuck it in underneath the crossbar.
A hair over the crossbar, Todd, with the goaltender once again moving right to left. There was a ton of space over that right shoulder, and Casesso just couldn't find space under the bar.
Good forecheck there by Braden Hart. He stopped Forrestal for a moment. Forrestal now. He's into the zone, carrying it in, chasing it down into the corner. He and DeAngelis meet. Matt DeAngelis has the best of it as he comes away with the puck. Plays it up ice, turns it over in neutral ice. Coming back the other direction now. Gazda to Forrestal, blocked by Doe. Back behind the net, Nelson will get it for the Hornets. Tries to cycle it around, but unable to. Sent all the way down by Chris Casesso. And it will go for an icing. 8:07 remaining in the game. Face-off will come down to the Highlander zone. 2-2 is your score. Make sure you're signing up for notifications here on Somerville Ed TV's YouTube channel. You'll find out when we've got live broadcasts coming up, as we have live coverage of boys and girls basketball as well as hockey coming this season. Hornets win the draw. Back to O'Day. Plays that one deeper. Now brought out by Gazda. Loses the puck. Picked up by Ben DiCarlo as he will bring it around behind the net. Controlled there by Candolino. Candolino reverses direction, gives it up to Kyle Antonelli. Antonelli up to DiCarlo, but did not get it cleanly. Got into the zone, be ahead of the puck, so the offsides will come out of the zone.
2/3 of that breakout looked really good, Todd. The first pass from out of the zone, you find your man along the wing, and it's Antonelli trying to find DiCarlo middle, which is the look you want, trying to gain the attacking zone, but unfortunately for Ben, that puck just gets under his forehand, and he overskates it, leading to the offside.
Tim Jones wins another face-off for the Highlanders. He's won a high percentage when he's been in the circle today.
And Todd, I'm not sure if you're getting this vibe, but with under 7.5 to go, I got a feeling that we're in sudden death right now in this 2-2 tie. Next goal, I just have it in me, this inclination that it's going to be a big one.
Yeah, I got a feeling you're right about that one. So the Highlanders gave up the power play goal to open out this period. The equalizers. That one almost got in there on Delisle. Antonelli was in the area, poking around.
Never know when that puck gets in tight to the net like that, and you're down in your crouch trying to find it. Real good job from Delisle, because we just said 7 minutes to go, 2-2 game. It's been a real tight battle. The last thing either of these goaltenders want is a cheapie getting by them to decide what's otherwise been a tremendous hockey game so far.
As DeAngelis wins it from Gazda, tried to get it to Braden Hart. He got moved off the puck. Comes up on DeAngelis' stick. He fires that one wide to the far side. As he was right in the slot for that shot, it had bounced right to him.
And the puck was still bouncing when he pulled the trigger, Todd. Tough to settle it and try and get it on goal.
As Doe kept that one in. And he will fire that one. Saved by Delisle. Hart that time. Blocked by the Hornets.
Forrestal
again.
again.
Into the corner, Casesso trying to control, unable to. Saved in by Doe at the blue line. Pinching in is going to be Candolino. As he's able to save it. Pass to Casesso. The shot blocked by Delisle. Great shot by Casesso. Better save there by Steve Delisle. As Doe unable to keep it in. Highlanders keep control though. So they try to get the puck forward looking for Casesso. He gets taken down in neutral ice, and we're going to have a cross check called against the Hornets. Highlanders will be on the power play for 2 minutes here with 6:14 remaining in the game.
It's going to be the fourth power play here for Somerville, and they haven't been able to capitalize yet. They haven't been able to get themselves organically set up. A lot of their power play chances have come off of broken plays and off of rush chances. They start with their second unit again, see if they can get any momentum before that first unit comes out to take over with DeAngelis and Casesso.
And Jones wins the draw once again. DiCarlo in the corner. Now far corner Antonelli trying to get control. That puck will be cleared all the way down ice. Jackson will have to deal with it.
Gotta talk.
Gives that off to Foley. Now Foley back to Doe. Doe. Good pass there to Tim Jones. Jones couldn't handle it cleanly though. Tried to get it off to DiCarlo, but wasn't able to get it. Now Doe with Foley holding off a forechecker. Doe with speed. He will fire it in. Tim Jones near boards will get it first. As Jones in the near boards trying to control over here. Minute 12 remaining in the penalty. Foley over to Doe. Doe fires it in. And could not quite get the tap in by Tim Jones or DeAngelis, who was in front of the net. Now Jones spins out, gives it to Doe. Doe over to Foley. Foley back down, looking for DeCarlo. And down on the ice surface is Tim Jones. The play has been stopped. As Jones is hurt, may have gotten a puck or a stick to the face.
I think it was one of those two. May have been a stick from that battle out in front. The original shot from out far never got all the way to goal, but it led to a real furious battle, and I think a stick came up and caught Jones inadvertently around the helmet.
Highlander head trainer Michelle Kelly out there to check on Tim. You also wonder, he may have gone down to the ice surface hard, might have hit the back of his head. That's a possibility. It looks like he's reaching towards the back of his neck. That's the only concern that I'm thinking about with that.
Tough kid is Tim Jones.
Oh, no doubt about it.
You know that if he's coming off the ice and if they're stopping play like that, he's really down. And so for Somerville, you hope that he can dust things off, because he is at his most effective when he can be that big-bodied presence around the goal. And you know when you're that kind of player, though, you're going to take your lumps over the course of a season. And hopefully for him and for Somerville, he doesn't miss too many shifts here. 49 seconds left to work with on a power play.
He's been a big presence in the face-off circle, too, as Casesso with control. Couldn't quite get it on his stick there in the slot. And North Reading looking to control, but DeAngelis pokes it back to Casesso, who gets it back to Candelino. Candelino to Casesso, now far boards. Casesso quarterbacking here, trying to find some way through this power play. 26 seconds remaining in it. Casesso, give and go, and he gets it! As Casesso, working, I believe, with Braden Hart behind the net, gives it up to Hart, breaks towards the net, and puts it behind Delisle for the lead.
And the power play is able to come through for the Highlanders. Fourth time's the charm, and the beat just goes on in this early season for Chris Casesso, who's been more of the setup man as of late. He's got a pair of goals here tonight. A huge goal as he executes a beautiful play. You just see the patience he shows, Todd, along the wall. There's no panic. He knows he has options, goes down low, and then it's what he does after he gets rid of the puck, Todd. He goes straight to the net, stick is on the ice, and it's Braden Hart distributing that puck. Tape-to-tape feed, and you can't get any better finish there on the power play, Todd, than that.
DeAngelo stepping into the passing lane there, got a little excited. The Highlanders had not cleared the zone yet. Offsides is the call. 4:28 remaining now in the game. Highlanders leading 3-2. Like you said, Tyler, it felt like a sudden death situation. But the thing to remember is North Reading responded so quickly to the last Highlander goal. As that through the crease, back out to the point. As that one shot in, Jackson had to clear it aside. Lava with it. He fires that one wide to the far side. Pass a little behind the recipient. Seamus Foley able to come away with it. And poked forward by Braden Hart out of the zone. 4 minutes remaining in the game. The Highlanders lead 3-2.
Got to dig in with your best defensive effort here. We've seen this back end for the Highlanders bend at times tonight, Todd, but they haven't broken just yet. And you've got to hold up now for just 3 minutes, 45 more seconds.
As that puck will go off the boards untouched into the Highlander zone for the icing. The faceoff will go back to the Hornet defensive zone. 3:42 remaining in the game. Highlanders leading this one 3-2. 2 goals by Chris Casesso. He also assisted on the other as Matt DeAngelis notched the first goal of the night for the Highlanders way back in the second period. Hornets controlling in their defensive end as Forrestal has it. Keep an eye on number 4. Very, very dangerous. Casesso gets the stick in, able to block that pass down. So the Hornets have to restart. 3:25 remains in the game. Now Shane Doe, he'll send that one back. DeAngelis pokes it into the zone. North Reading fans wanted a tripping there on Kyle Antonelli. Shot from the slot goes wide.
Could have been called.
And the puck down. Jackson diving, trying to get his glove on it, and he's able to. As tempers flare a bit between Shane Doe and Daniel Rego.
That time, Todd, the frustration justifiable from the North Reading bench, because that could have very well been called out in neutral ice. Certainly was a tug and a pull there on that breakout attempt. But Somerville far from being out of the woods here with 3:05 to go, and we'll keep an eye on Stephen Delisle, see when he gets the pull over to the North Reading bench.
As DeAngelis wins that draw, Cannellino plays it forward to DiCarlo. DiCarlo dumps it deeper.
And that's where the puck needs to go right now. Anything that you get if you're the Highlanders, on net or below the goal line.
As they play this one out, Gazda into the attacking zone, gets it taken away by DeAngelis.
Got to get it out.
As DeAngelis trying to clear the puck, but unable to. Carlson keeps it in. Now DeAngelis carries it out. Surrounded by Hornets. He'll pull the string, go down to the corner with it. Tick, 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 tick. 2:25 remaining in the game as Matt DeAngelis taking some critical ticks in the corner there. Now Gazda brings it out, gives it forward to Nelson. Nelson, though, gets his pocket picked from behind by DeAngelis, who goes down. 2 minutes remaining in the game. As Carlson will carry it in for the Hornets, drops it here near side to Galeno. Galeno's shot swallowed by Damian Jackson.
Whistles are huge. Late in the game, 2:01 to go. Somerville doing a real nice job. Matty DeAngelis strong on the back check. They're getting the pucks now, using their reach, and I believe we're going to get a timeout here from the Hornets. We want to try and talk things over. You're in that position now where you could think about pulling your goaltender.
I was going to say Delisle already has the helmet off, is over there on the bench area during this timeout. I would not be shocked to see an extra skater on the surface for the Hornets with 2:01 remaining and the face-off occurring here in the Highlander end.
Especially with some of the momentum they've been able to generate throughout this game in the attacking zone. They've really been the stronger, more well-rounded team. But Somerville, nobody has weapons like Matt DeAngelis and Chris Casesso, at least I haven't seen yet in the state of Massachusetts. And so for what Somerville has in those two players right now, it's a special thing, and they're able to ride it so far to another lead here at home. So you've gotten contributions from your two stars, but something to not be forgotten here, Damian Jackson, the saves that he has made here, a couple of big ones on that 5-on-3 penalty kill early on. That's really a position, Todd, tonight where the game could have gone awry for the Highlanders. He kept them in it, only the one goal conceded, and in turn, you get a power play goal later in the period to give yourself a lead. So your special teams has been there again. The effort overall has been there, but do you have enough left in you now to try and win the depth battle here with 2:01 to go to close out a one-goal lead?
It's really exciting to see. They may have found another component to put on the top of that line with DeAngelis and Casesso, because number 11, Braden Hart, he's been skating very, very well out there, controlling the puck well, and really getting action and having positive action out there for the Highlanders as well.
And that's what you want to see from a freshman player early on in the season, early on in his career. You want to be able to identify those strengths and those weaknesses, and right now he's displaying a lot of strength, so he's earned that time, and so far it's paid off for the Highlanders.
Important draw, still 5-on-5 as they have not gone to the extra skater yet. Delisle stays out. Highlanders win the draw, and that may be why, as Casesso down ice. Minute 45 remaining as the Hornets look to control in their end. Lots of speed here for Brendan Gazda as he's through the zone. Now Delisle leaving the ice surface. The goal is empty, and Shane Doe saw that and wanted it. Minute 35 remaining, whistle sounds. Highlanders with the one-goal lead, and Delisle will have to go back out because his face-off will come out of the Highlander zone. Or outside of the Highlander zone.
You like the heads up from Shane Doe, looking and seeing that the net is open, but you'd like to see him perhaps take a few more strides and get out of his zone first before trying a long-range bid at the empty net. That can be dangerous, Todd, if that puck stayed onside.
Minute 35 remaining. Highlanders win the draw. Foley sends it up ice. Gets through the wickets of Forrestal, deeper in. Now Forrestal will control it. Gives it off to Gazda. Gazda back to Forrestal. As they bring it forward, unable to be controlled against the boards by Galeno. Now the Highlanders with it as DeAngelis tried to break in but got it taken away. It's Galeno with the pass to Gazda. Gazda, a little deke, looked, faked the pass, made the shot, Damian Jackson said, no, sir.
And Galino drawing all the attention to him. Foley tries to close him off along the boards, and he just tucks a real sweep pass on through, sending Gazda in. And Damian Jackson, once again, he's not that big, Todd, 5'5", but he stands big in goal. Real strong right shoulder save there.
1:06 remaining. Face-off will occur in the Highlander zone. Timeout being taken this time by Highlander head coach Chris Capazza. So 1:06 remaining, Tyler. Highlanders, I have to be honest with you, that first period, the physicality that we saw from the Hornets, as well as the speed that we saw from the Hornets, the Highlanders took that shot, were able to not allow any goals in that first period when it got a little bit dicey, really were able to turn the tide towards the end of that period, and they've really been battle to battle, punch for punch with these guys the rest of the way.
And that's what you love to see. You're not always going to have your best for a full, complete game, and you're not always going to start every game how you want. And I think for Somerville, we've said it time already, they were bending a bit in that first period, but the key was not breaking and not letting this game get away from you early, because you knew that this was going to be a step up from the competition you faced through your first two games. You're not going to outscore everybody 18-2 on the season. So far, North Reading has been exactly as advertised, and I think if you're Coach Capazzo, you've really had to like how your team has grown into this game over the course of 3 periods, but 66 ticks to go on the clock, Todd. The job is not finished.
No doubt about it is. 1 minute, 6 seconds remains. Face-off will be in the Highlander zone. Matt DeAngelis will take the draw for the Highlanders against Galino for the Hornets. Highlanders lead by a goal, 3-2. Highlanders win the draw. Shane Doe clears the zone. Delisle out of his net. It is 6-on-5 skating for the Hornets as Forrestal will start things in their end. Gives it forward to Gazda. Puck taken away there. Great job by Matt DeAngelis. Forrestal got a stick in there to keep that from Shane Doe going into the net maybe. As Seamus Foley will pinch up, try to get in the way of that pass, and he does. Foley spins, looks for the empty net, goes wide, 32 seconds remaining. Now Galino with it. Galino gets in. He'll carry it into the zone. Galino passes it, looking for Nelson, but Nelson unable to control. Goes down behind the Highlander net, 17 seconds remaining. As Nelson will come out with it, gives it to the point, as Gazda with it there. Taken up, knocked away by Casesso. Chris Casesso looking for the Hattie, and he's got it with 5 seconds left. The empty net gives Chris Casesso the Hattie.
What a way to finish it off.
I'm going to throw my hat out there.
The shot block, getting out to confront the shooter. Complete all-around shift from Chris Casesso to take that puck, accelerate through neutral zone. He had to step past a few more sticks to get to that empty net, and he wasn't going to miss it after getting behind everybody. Came into this game with 12 points, and he's going to leave it with 16 as he picks up a 4 spot here tonight.
And that will do it as the Highlanders defeat the North Reading Hornets by the score of 4-2. We'll just go ahead and name the star of the game, Chris Casesso. But let's not forget about Damian Jackson, the young sophomore in the net. He is 3-0. He has allowed 4 goals in those 3 games. Just tremendous work for Damian Jackson as well.
And you really can't start a season off any better than this. 3-0 for the Highlanders. They pass a big test tonight here at home against the Hornets. It's another strong game in net from Damian Jackson, and Chris Casesso continues to light the score sheet up. 4-point game, the hat trick capped off with the empty netter late. Just a tremendous game here tonight from the vet, Todd, between 2 pretty even teams. And although the Hornets a deeper roster with more players, it's hard to find a solution right now as to how to slow down number 4 and number 7, who once again had their fingerprints all over a Highlander win.
Yeah, these two teams could meet each other one more time later on, just after Christmas, in the Forced Responders Tournament. That will be December 27th in Cambridge at Simone Memorial Rink over in Cambridge. That will be the Highlanders at 2 o'clock taking on Cambridge, and at noon, these Hornets will be taking on Neshoba Regional. The winner of those two games will play on Sunday, or I should say on Saturday, the 28th. So a little holiday tournament. These two teams could meet each other again. That would be interesting.
I think that's a matchup both of these teams would welcome with how tonight went. A 0-0 game through one period of play. Only one goal up on the board through 30 minutes. It was really going down to the wire into the third. The 5-on-3 sequence, how gut-wrenching that was for the Highlanders to give up that power play goal with just 10 seconds left. This game had tons of emotion, Todd, a lot of ebbs and flows, and in the end, the Highlanders were able to prevail. But really, overall, a thrilling night before the holiday break.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. As we head into the holiday break, that's going to do it for us here from the Vet on Somerville Ed TV as the Highlanders come away victors 4-2. Chris Casesso, the Hattie, a power play goal, an empty net goal, and an even strength goal to go along with his assist on the first goal. So that was a heck of a night for Chris Casesso. Highlanders move to 3-0 on the season. Their next game here at the Vet will be against Lexington. That's a big game on the 6th of January. That will be after that holiday tournament in Cambridge. Thank you very much for watching at home. We really do appreciate it. Thank you very much, Tyler Aragao on commentary, Lenny Scaletta on camera, Michaela Coffeen as well on camera, and Ben Martin with direction. Thank you very much for watching at home. I am Todd Harmon, and you have been watching Somerville Highlander Hockey on Somerville Ed TV.